Now, I usually don't overhype movies. It leaves me bummed when they're not as good as I was hoping. But this was the fucking exception. Deadbeat at Dawn. Arrow Video could not have made me happier with a release of Deadbeat at Dawn. By the way, my poll on my Facebook fan page had either Iron Master or Deadbeat at Dawn as the winner, and you guys chose for Deadbeat Dawn to be the winner, so here's my review. Let's get into it. The plot. So there's this guy, he's a gang leader, and he is trying to break free of the life he lives in because, you know, his girlfriend wants him to get out of that life because he's getting hurt. He could get killed one of these days and she'll be left alone. So he does what she asks, like a good man. They butcher her. He's left a wreck and he just shambles around and nothing productive becomes of him until the gang that killed his girl hire him for a heist. Things are gonna go south pretty fast. This is a gang movie, much like The Warriors, but it has one of the best showdowns ever put to film. I am deadbeat serious. The characters, acting, you can't expect A-list actors in a guerrilla-style action gang movie. In this style of filmmaking, it's either okay, decent, horrible, but in this case, it's fucking really good. I did think the cast did a great job. Goose, played by director Jim Van Bebber, is not a clear-cut good guy. He partakes in violent acts, but he does make up for it. And he knows when enough is enough. Danny, played by Paul Harper, is level-headed. He makes for a good villain because while everyone else is going crazy, he's in the background plotting. Bone Crusher, played by Mark Pittman, is in-fucking-sane and always seems to be on something. The drugs and Pittman's performance really sell the character. His monologue about killing is amazing. It's over the top and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Also, you can't forget about Goose's deadbeat dad, who is addicted to heroin and other drugs. He makes for a crazy character for a scene, but it is a memorable scene. The cinematography, lighting, directing, for a grindhouse-like movie, this is great. It's got interesting lighting. The colors really stand out in some scenes. Also, the camera likes to travel with what the characters are doing. So let's say you get your head knocked off. It's going to follow the head to wherever it goes. It's really creative. Jim Van Bebber not only starred in this movie, but he directed the hell out of it. It took 4 damn years to finish this movie. The gore, the effects, it's pretty damn vicious. At first, it isn't too graphic. I mean, we get a hand blown off and a quick and gory slicing up and stabbing sequence where Goose is left bleeding all over the place. But that's about it for a while. But the climax, holy mother of fucking God. Bloody bullets hits, head bashing, stabbings, fingers are bitten off, throats are torn the hell out. It's insane, and I loved it. Also, the effects are done by director-actor Jim Van Bebber. This man ceases to impress me. The motion picture soundtrack, it's got some creepy bells and other sounds that add a level of grittiness to the film. I wish I could purchase the soundtrack, but it's overly expensive for a soundtrack that is decent, but not the best. This movie is a beast that has great characters, a gritty nature, and it has awesome effects and gore. Amazing music for what it has. It is highly watchable and has a good pace and is just kick-ass. Overall, I give Deadbeat at Dawn a 3.5 out of 5. Now, we looked at Deadbeat at Dawn, but there was something else on my poll. I said doc. What is a doc? Well, that stands for documentary in my book. Or doctor. whatever. Anyways, Diary of a Deadbeat is the documentary, which I actually watched last night. But what's so much good about this documentary about Jim Van Better? It has a ton of interviews, and it shows tons of devoted fans that talk to Jim Van Better, who seems like a pretty cool guy. His persona and his attitude is what makes him who he is. He just does not give a fuck, but he's a cool dude. Also, I like that it talks about other projects. It's not just about Deadbeat at Dawn. It's about, like, Gator Green, the Manson family, which I actually just purchased and I hope to watch soon. This can be a bit lengthy. It's about an hour 45 to 2 hours. And, it could be daunting to watch, but it is so worth it. The last segment felt like promotional material for his latest film, Gator Green, which turned out to be a short film, which isn't terrible, but, you know, I don't want to watch a documentary and just focus on one movie, which it doesn't really, but the last act really kind of does. The original title was Scales, and that's really cool. Gator Green's a good title, too. And actually, I give it a 3 out of 5. It's a great documentary, but I do prefer the film, of course. I'm not huge on documentaries, but I thought I'd add this in there because, you know, I'm a cool guy like that. Anyways, I'm Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Twitter and Facebook fan page in the description below, where you can also find out what next pull for the next action movie is, my Facebook fan page, and to leave comments and subscribe.